And we're talking teas and spices this morning as we join Ansley Watson at the Spice and Tea Merchants in downtown Marquette. So Ansley's checking out what they've got to offer for us. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. You know, on these cold days, it would not be a bad idea to make yourself a hot cup of tea. So I'm standing next to all of these teas and a variety of spices here in Tea Merchants and Spice Merchants, and we're going to talk about these loose leaf teas and so many spices that they have here. In fact, I'm going to pick up some tea right here. This is called Paris, and it smells delicious. So stay with us. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Ansley. And pretty nice gig for Ansley this morning compared to yesterday when she was kind of out in the elements.
Right, this morning she's in drinking that.
Welcome back. It's 11 past the hour. This morning we're getting a closer look at what the Spice and Tea Merchants in Marquette have available to the public. Ansley Watson is there this morning, and Ansley, you may feel like you won the jackpot last night, even though nobody in Michigan did, because you get to be inside this morning.
I know, I'm so excited to be inside. It's so cold outside today again. This morning I'm surrounded by so many teas here at the Spice Merchants. I'm joined by Mikey Carl, and apparently he is the tea expert. So you're going to talk to me a little bit about what we're looking at here. So we've got a variety of green teas, white teas, black, and herbal. What are the differences?
Well, the biggest difference is how the tea is processed, black being the most processed tea, and then white being the least processed, and then some of the herbal teas that we have also go through a certain process, but for the most part, those are unprocessed.
So like the white, does that have a lighter flavor to it?
The white will have a lighter flavor. It's the least fermented, so it will also have lower traces of caffeine, and most of those will kind of have like a fruitier taste to them.
How does that process work, the fermentation?
Well, with the white teas, they're just plucked and generally left to dry for a short period of time. But when it comes to black teas, they're usually they're actually cooked down, steamed, and then left to ferment.
So, because I know black tea has more of a bold taste, correct?
It's bolder. It's generally higher in caffeine. If you're a coffee drinker, you'd probably want to start with a black tea.
So talk to me about, we were talking about earlier about coffee versus tea, and some people kind of wean off of coffee if they want to get onto tea. Why is that?
The way that the caffeine in tea affects you. With tea, it's more of like a time-released caffeine buzz opposed to instantaneous with the coffee. And it's also healthier for you. I mean, it doesn't get you all wired up and jittery. So.
Yeah. Talk to me about green tea. So you're telling me that is healthier for you.
Yep.
We have a specific tea next to us here. It's called matcha tea. Tell me about this. It doesn't look like any of the other loose leaf teas here.
Yep. So matcha is a powdered green tea, and it is incredibly high in antioxidants. It helps burn fat. It increases your metabolism, but it has the highest cancer-fighting antioxidant that there is. It helps with focus. It's a great substitute for coffee. Most people use it in their smoothies.
I was going to say, how do you drink this? Because it's more like a powder. You just mix it into drinks?
It will dissolve in water, but there is a traditional way that you can drink it.
Okay. And then talk to me, since these are loose leaf, how do people make teas out of it? You don't just dump it in water,
No, you would
correct?
either have a single steep cup. You could use a French press, or you'd need some type of tea infusing device like this. This is just your basic tea ball. These are under $5, but you know, you want to leave room. Always make sure that you have room for the leaf to expand. So with a tea ball like this, you know, if you're drinking a cup, you'd only want to fill it up about a quarter of the way.
I was going to say, how much does it take? About a teaspoon or so?
Yeah, roughly half a teaspoon to a teaspoon for a cup.
Okay, very neat. And I know that you have a lot of fun diffusers in here. I saw there was like a rubber ducky and a scuba diver and a little mountain climber. Fun stuff.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you, Mikey.
Yep, thank you.
Stay with us later on. We're going to talk about the spices that they have here and a variety of salts as well. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Ansley. Good pick-me-up this morning. Maybe get a cup of tea there. And, of course, Cassie, like I had mentioned a little bit. Welcome back. Well, the Spice Merchants in downtown Marquette are showing a variety of teas and spices to us this morning. We're joined by Ansley Watson to talk to us a little bit more about the spices they have to offer. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. So we talked about the teas earlier. We're going to talk about spices now. I'm joined with a woman we call Spicy Carolyn. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
And I'm the Spice Girl.
Yeah.
So talk to us. We have so many spices behind us. What are these? Or just what do you use them for?
Okay, these are all of our individual spices. We also have some seeds like chia seeds and celery seed for all your cooking. We have cheddar cheese powder, so if you want to make your own macaroni and cheese or sprinkle it on your baked potato or your popcorn. Then over here we have our baking products, so we have lots of different cinnamons, whole nutmeg, ginger, chocolate, and over on the tables behind you we have all of our blends. So we have 80 blends, and about a third of them we blend here in house.
Wow.
And if you want to smell just a couple,
pick one out for me here.
Okay, we'll go to the cranberry maple because this one has been very popular. So this is good on pork or chicken. And if I give it a whiff, so it's a little sweet, but it's
Yum.
savory.
Yeah, so what? We got cranberries in here. What else? It
And
has maple.
Maple, it's
flavor?
got some garlic and some onion, so it's got a little kick to it too. This is fantastic on sweet potato french fries, but really good on pork or chicken.
Yeah, yeah. And then also you guys have oils and vinegars. Talk to me about that. I know they're along the wall here.
On the wall here, so we have different infused. Our bacon is our new one, so that's been very popular. It's great for if you want to saute your eggs, fry your eggs in that. And so we have a nice selection here. They're $13, but if you bring your bottle back, we'll do a refill for $10, which is a really good deal. And we have the vinegars as well behind you. So,
And then touch on the salts a little bit.
okay, we have flavored salts. So if you want to look at our salts. So we have a whole array of infused salts. So we have a vintage Merlot that actually smells like Merlot, a wild porcini mushroom, fleur de sel, which is great for baking or using on top of chocolates and caramels, roasted garlic. We have a Maldon, which is a little crunchier. We have a black truffle salt, which is fantastic on popcorn, and a smoked Durango. So everything you make, if you do this, a finishing salt tastes like it's been wood fire grilled.
Yeah, I smell that one. And it
it's a
does smell like a very deep smoked sausage.
It's a natural hickory flavoring too,
yeah.
so there's nothing artificial in that.
All right, and then real quick, you guys have some rices, some grains up here. Talk to me about these soups.
We have risottos and wheat berries. We have dirty rice, and we have 27 soup varieties, and there's no added salt, no GMO. They're gluten-free, so they've been really popular this winter.
Yum. Well, thank you so much, Carolyn. It's been an absolute blast this morning. Your shop is adorable. So stay with us, reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.